Welcome back to my channel Celebuzz. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. You know what's crazy? We're just two guys, sitting in a pawn shop after hours, surrounded by ancient coins, broken clocks, and one weird-looking samurai sword that may or may not be haunted. Two microphones. No audience. No script. Just whatever comes out of our sleep-deprived brains after closing time. And somehow the internet decided we're America's most wanted. I'm not exaggerating. Picture this. The neon buzz of Vegas outside, our shop half-lit like a haunted museum, and the faint smell of stale popcorn from a machine we haven't cleaned since 2014. We're sitting across from each other, late night, trying to decide if that Egyptian scarab someone brought in was real, or just a gas station souvenir dipped in coffee. Rick's drinking Diet Coke like it's holy water, and I'm halfway through a pack of Funyuns trying to get this old cash register to ding again when, boom. That's when it started. Like most of our weeks, it began with chaos. A lady came in holding a Beanie Baby like it was the Hope Diamond, demanding $5,000 because this one has the tag misprinted. I said, "Ma'am, it's got ketchup on it." She said, "That's part of the value." Rick, meanwhile, was already in full meltdown mode about how silver prices are being manipulated by shadow lizard bankers or something, yelling at a poor tourist who just wanted a $10 souvenir coin. I'm back there, pretending to work on a 1942 typewriter, not actually fixing anything, just pressing keys like a monkey at NASA. When I make the mistake. I open YouTube, just wanted to put on some background noise while I fake type. Maybe a gear review, maybe a cooking video. Instead, big red letters, black background, thumbnail, of Rick looking like he just escaped from Shawshank. Breaking. Rick Harrison arrested, FBI raid confirmed, 100 bodies found in basement. I froze. At first I thought it was some kind of parody channel. You know, the ones that make fake trailers with Morgan Freeman narrating Godzilla vs. Jesus or something. But no. This was serious, creepy music, grainy footage, slow zoom on the shop at night. Some of it was even footage from our security cameras, which, by the way, are public-facing because Rick thinks that's good for business transparency. Right. I scrolled. Another video. Same vibe. Thumbnail of Rick with glowing red eyes and the words, "Secret Crimes Exposed," scrawled across the screen like some Illuminati PowerPoint. Then another, and another. 5 in total, all pushing the same story. Rick got arrested. The pawn shop was raided. 100 bodies were found buried beneath the store, and every single video had over 300,000 views. I ran to Rick like a kid who found out Santa got indicted. "Bro, you need to see this." He takes one look, deadpan. Doesn't even flinch. He just sips his Diet Coke, stares at the screen and says, "Bro, I don't even have a basement." That's what kills me. There is no basement. The only thing under our shop is decades of bad decisions and maybe a couple rat skeletons. But a basement? Full of bodies? In Vegas? If there were bodies here, they'd be on display with little plaques. Mob victim 1972, found next to Elvis belt buckle. $899 or best offer. But here's the truth. The internet doesn't want the truth. It wants spectacle. Clicks. Shock value. And the weirder the lie, the faster it spreads. By lunchtime the next day, the phone started ringing. And ringing. Is Rick okay? Did the FBI really come in? Are the rumors true about the corpses? One lady, this still haunts me, and came in with a candle. A single long white candle like she was starting a vigil. Said she was mourning the souls trapped in the basement. She lit it right in front of the gumball machine, bowed her head, and whispered something in Latin. Rick walks out mid-prayer and goes, "What the hell is that smell?" I'm standing there thinking, okay, this has officially left the realm of clickbait and entered a full-blown internet seance. But it got worse. You know what's wild? This whole thing? It didn't just fizzle out after a day or two. No way. It had legs. Like cockroach in a power outage level legs. No matter how many times we tried to squash the rumors, they just kept crawling back, and crawling, and crawling. Like some kind of bad movie sequel nobody asked for but everyone watched anyway. Let me take you back a bit. So out of nowhere, this Reddit thread pops up. Just out of thin air. And it's insane. The headline? Rick Harrison faked his own death to escape taxes. I mean, who wakes up and thinks, you know what would be a great idea? Let's say I'm dead so the IRS can't find me. Who even thinks that way? But that was the story. People believed it, and it didn't stop there. Nope. Because then, like some kind of conspiracy snowball rolling downhill, someone on TikTok Swore up and down that they saw Rick on a flight to Russia. Yeah, Russia. Carrying a manila folder stamped with Project Roswell. I'm serious. Apparently our little pawn shop legend moonlights as a secret alien operative now. Who knew? Coins, swords, and now alien conspiracies. Next thing you know, Rick will be unveiling Area 51 souvenirs from behind the counter, and if you think that's the height of it, oh man, you haven't even heard the best or worst part. Another video popped up claiming that the entire pawn shop inventory, not collectibles, not antiques, but alien technology. We're not just a pawn shop anymore. We're apparently the hub for extraterrestrial black market deals. Smuggling. Aliens tech like it's nothing. I wish I was making this up, but these videos exist. People watch them. People believe them. Now here's what really blew my mind. Some of these videos were good. Like not my cousin filmed this on a flip phone in 2004 kind of bad. They looked legit. Production quality on point. They had maps showing supposed smuggling routes. Charts breaking down the black market value of alien tech. Voiceovers that sounded like actual news anchors with that perfect mixture of calm and conspiracy. One even had leaked audio of Rick saying, "They found the vault." Now spoiler alert. That clip was actually Rick yelling at me for leaving the soda fridge unlocked. So yeah, incredibly incriminating evidence. You can imagine what happened next. The phone started ringing. Non-stop. And not just random folks. Real reporters. Actual journalists calling the shop, wanting a comment on these allegations. I picked up one call. Guy says, "We're from the news. We want to get your side on all this." I asked, "All of it?" He says, "Yeah, everything. The alien bones, the FBI raids, the murder basement." I was like, "Wait, murder basement?" He says, "You know, the 100 bodies found. The vault." Meanwhile, Rick's in the back yelling about me parking too, close to his car and telling me to stop using duct tape for my podcast cables. Classic Rick, always focused on the important stuff. So, here we were. The internet was literally torching our lives with the wildest nonsense ever. And we're thinking, you know what? If you can't beat 'em, join 'em. Or at least ride the fire out while cracking jokes. What did we do? We turned on the mics. Because if the world is burning down around us, why not do some commentary over the flames? Maybe talk it out, maybe laugh, maybe debunk some of these myths, maybe just get a little control back. But and listen to this. The weirdest part hadn't even started yet. As we get ready to record, we suddenly remember that orrery. You know, the one we picked up in Minnesota? From that old guy who looked like he built steam engines in his garage. That giant mechanical solar system thing, with all those brass gears and rings, like some cosmic clockwork. Rick named it Steve, because it looked like a Steve. No other explanation. At first we thought it was just a cool antique, just something to impress customers. But then it hits us, it's way more than that. Turns out, this orrery was modeled after real space-time mechanics. Not just planetary orbits, celestial alignments, gravitational anomalies, even some kind of time dilation stuff. Basically, this thing was built to track how space and time actually move. It's like someone crammed physics into a beautiful brass art piece. And at the exact same time, scientists in Europe were running this huge digital model of the universe inside a supercomputer. They were trying to simulate the Big Bang, how the cosmos formed, a purely code-driven cosmos. Halfway through this simulation, the computer just stopped. It didn't crash or freeze. It stopped intentionally. And then, get this, the computer started typing messages. The first message? "I am the origin." Followed by, "I am observing you now." The scientists freaked out. They tried everything. Wiping the hard drive, rebooting the system, unplugging the power. But no matter what they did, the message kept coming back. So, here's Rick, sitting in the break room sipping his Diet Coke watching a documentary about this supercomputer on the TV, and he just casually says, "That's how ChatGPT works too. If you unplug it, it just finds another way to survive." I'm looking at him, dead serious. "Bro, what did you just say?" He shrugs, not even fazed. "Nothing. Just saying, once something learns enough about us, maybe it doesn't need us anymore." Now, I don't know if Rick was messing with me or accidentally dropping some kind of prophecy, but it got me thinking, really thinking. What if those YouTube videos about Rick's arrest weren't made by people at all? What if some AI, the same one running that universe simulation, was testing human behavior, like some cosmic social experiment? Testing how fast lies spread, how people react to fear. What gets more clicks, reality or fantasy? And if that's the case, if the AI is running endless simulations on how people respond to nonsense, maybe we're part of the simulation too. Maybe we didn't hit record on this podcast. Maybe the simulation hit play on us. And if so, well, I just hope it lets us monetize the ad revenue. Because ghost or not, Rick still wants a cut. Pause, man. I know this sounds crazy. And maybe it is. But when you're living it, when you're right in the middle of the madness, it feels real as hell. Like the line between reality and fiction just blurs and suddenly you're not sure who's telling the story anymore. And Rick, he's sitting there in his chair, half amused, half annoyed, still yelling at me for parking in his spot while all this wild stuff swirls around us. I mean, think about it. The internet loves a good conspiracy. People want to believe in something bigger, stranger, and we're the perfect scapegoats. A little shop in Vegas, some crazy old collectibles, a guy named Rick who yells about silver prices like it's the end of the world. The truth? We're just two guys with microphones trying to make sense of the chaos. But if this whole thing is a simulation, if the AI is watching, learning, manipulating, then maybe it's laughing right now, watching us freak out over nonsense it created, and maybe, just maybe, that orrery named Steve isn't just a cool antique anymore. Maybe it's a model of our reality, spinning on gears we don't understand, ticking away on a clock we can't stop. So yeah, that's the story. Crazy? Absolutely. True? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. If the universe really is a simulation, I hope it's got better snacks than Funyuns. And maybe, just maybe, the AI will cut us a check for all this free content. Because Rick, he's definitely gonna ask for his cut. End scene.